Alright, so you're probably thinking about getting a Toyota pretty soon, and hopefully this video catches you before you do. Now, this video is not meant to deter anyone from driving a Toyota. I personally daily a 2024 RAV4 XLE, completely blacked out. You might not be able to tell because I'm inside instead of outside this time. Or if you bought a Toyota before watching this video, you should just implement the things that I talk about in this video so you can make the longevity of your Toyota last a lot longer. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you 15 things that Toyota dealers never tell you before purchasing the car, and they're not obviously required to tell you, but it's nice to know these things beforehand. So this is why I'm making this video, and like I said, if you already have the car, you can just implement the ideas that I give you in this video. All right, so thing number one is going to be the 10,000 mile oil interval myth. So Toyota likes to market 10,000 mile oil changes, but mechanics will still argue that the 5,000 mile interval oil changes is the best way to go if you're trying to make your Toyota last a lot longer into the 200,000 plus mile range. Keep in mind that doing it every 5,000 miles does prevent sludge buildup over time, and especially for you short trip drivers. Now, I've covered this in my past videos, but taking short trips actually puts wear and tear on your vehicle. So if you're going to be taking a lot of short trips, it is highly recommended that you are getting oil changes every 5,000 miles instead of 10,000 miles, especially for you short trip drivers. Now, another thing Toyota likes to say is that they have lifetime transmission fluid. Now, the trick with what they say is it is lifetime, but it only is lifetime to where the warranty ends. When the warranty ends at like 60,000 miles, there is no more lifetime transmission fluid. It's recommended by the transmission manufacturers. I think they're called like Icing or something like that, something like that. Even they recommend often and regular changes so there aren't any failures after the warranty expires with your car. Now, another thing dealers will not tell you, and they probably don't even really know about it, but if you do have a hybrid car, if you're thinking about getting a hybrid Toyota, you got to remember hybrid cars have and come with their own fan towards the hybrid battery, and if you do not clean the fan, if you do not make sure it is up to date, if it's not failing, blah blah blah, it's very cheap to clean, it's very cheap probably to replace, but if you do not clean it, the battery will end up overheating and then dying years before it should even die. So keep that in mind if you're going to be driving or buying a Toyota hybrid car. Now, another thing I want to mention is that the Toyota Care that comes with all new Toyotas, it covers 2 years of service. Now, you got to remember, every 5,000 miles you're supposed to go in for a service. Now, every 10,000 miles are oil changes. So for 2 years, which is 20,000 miles, you're only covered for 2 oil changes. I'm telling you to get oil changes every 5,000 miles, but Toyota will only cover the 10,000 mile mark and the 20,000 mile mark, and then in between are going to be like tire rotation, just inspections and little stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Toyota Care is only doing the bare minimum. It doesn't cover any heavy maintenance duty kind of work at all, so keep that in mind. A big one for a lot of drivers that dealers will not tell you is going to be like kind of like the severe driving trap. Now, what constitutes as severe driving? A lot of short trips, yes, that is severe driving. Anything under 5 miles a lot of times. So if you work close to your house and you're driving, that it does put wear and tear on your car. If you live in any crazy conditions or you work in any crazy conditions, such as a lot of dust, this constitutes as special driving conditions. Even driving in stop and go traffic constantly. If you're in New York, this is constant traffic. If you fall into any of these categories, you're driving in special operating conditions. Your frequency to get maintenance is doubled. So now you're definitely needing to go every 5,000 miles for an oil change because of all of these factors: dusty areas, stop and go traffic, and short trips. Now imagine doing stop and go traffic for short trips. In Miami, you can go 5 miles, 3 miles for like 20-minute drive because there's so much traffic, especially in like Brickell area, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. These conditions will double your maintenance frequency necessary. You got to remember, this is Toyota, so this is going to be a lot better than what Volkswagen provides, a lot better than what any German car provides, because imagine doing all of these conditions with those kind of cars. You're kind of losing your money as soon as you get off the lot. Next thing we're going to be talking about is cabin and engine air filter parts. Now, when I got this car maintained at 15,000 miles, they wanted to charge over $200 for a cabin air filter, and all the add-ons that they wanted to put in were like deodorant and like smells for the cabin air filter. Now my car, I still get compliments, like, you still have that new car smell. So they're just adding on crazy things for over $200. If I didn't want to add on the smells, it would have been like $130 something. I immediately declined. I went to AutoZone. I got the part for like, I think it was like $10 or $15. I did it myself. It took me 10 seconds to just replace it. I mean, you can clean it if you want. There's no point in cleaning anything because you can just buy a brand new one and replace it in 10 seconds for $15. So you're going to get marked up a ton. It's not just the Toyota thing, but since I am covering Toyota, this channel covers Toyota, I'm going to only talk about Toyota. But this goes for all car dealerships, so just keep that in mind. Now, another thing Toyota won't mention, and even Lexus dealers especially won't mention, is that a lot of these cars are the exact same cars, just with a different logo. So what that means is they use the exact same components. They use the exact same parts. Lexus owners will go to Lexus dealerships and get a specific part that they're looking for, but they can go into a Toyota dealership and get the exact same part for half the price. Now, you can sometimes do this with Toyota. Some Lexus parts are cheaper than Toyota. Now, you got to remember, you're just paying for the brand, so that's not always the case, but it is the case for a lot of the parts. So keep that in mind. If Toyota is quoting you on a specific part, or you're wanting a specific part, go ahead and check Toyota. Go ahead and check Lexus if you want the original OEM part. You don't want anything like Amazon or AutoZone or O'Reilly's, anything like that. If you want from the dealership, you can go ahead and compare prices between your dealerships. So another thing is, whenever you get the car, you kind of, I think, have a year and a half or a year of kind of a free service with like your remote connect and your safety trials. And I do recommend, I personally pay $20 a month for the Toyota Premium or something like that. I get to lock the car. The car will tell me and notify me if the car gets unlocked, if any windows are left open. I get to turn my hazards on, turn on the car, lock the car, unlock the car, all from my phone. And it also tells me how much gas I'm at. It tells me all the status of my car right on my phone, which I personally think is worth it, because once that free trial runs out, you're not going to get any notifications that the car was left unlocked, stuff like that. And I kind of want that peace of mind, so I personally have it on by choice. But you got to remember, it is a subscription based product. A lot of times, if you subscribe to something, it's not going to automatically decline after the subscription runs out. It's going to auto renew, so you're not going to notice until you see the charge. I don't really blame the dealers for not telling you, but this is something that they probably don't even know about. So I'm telling you ahead of time, because I've had this car for almost 2 years now, 18,000 miles. I kind of know the ins and out of everything about this car. Another thing that I personally was not told from my Toyota dealer is that there is a 1,000 mile break-in period for all Toyotas. What this means is there should not be any really constant speeds, such as cruise control, as well as heavy towing. You really don't want a heavy tow for the first 1,000 miles. Now, the car has to break in. Every car has a break-in period, and this also includes no slamming the gas. Like, please do not slam the gas and try to race people. Obviously, you might have a Toyota Corolla GR or a Supra, stuff like that, if you're a Toyota owner. I don't know what Toyota you have, but it's highly advised to not go crazy speeds, like quick speeds, heavy acceleration, none of that. No cruise control and no heavy towing. So if you bought a brand new Tacoma, brand new Tundra, do not go off the bat try to tow a 2-ton boat. Like, it's really highly advised to not do that. So keep that in mind whenever you buy your car. Now, another thing that Toyota does not tell you, and a lot of people like hear these myths or something like that, is if you go to an independent mechanic, it voids your warranty. Well, that's not the case at all. Independent mechanics will not void a warranty as long as they're obviously licensed and they know what they're doing and they're not breaking any parts and they're not installing aftermarket parts. You're gonna be fine. So you're allowed to go to independent mechanics. You're not legally required to go to Toyota for all your things. So you're allowed to go to independent mechanics to get your work done, and it's so much cheaper than obviously going to the actual Toyota dealership. So you kind of have a play in some wiggle room to do that if you want to. If you want to work on your own car, that does not void warranty as well, as long as you're not, like I said, adding any aftermarket parts or like a crazy exhaust system, anything like that. You're not going to void anything. So trust me, you're going to be fine. You're allowed to go to other dealers. You're allowed to work on your own car, especially for a newer car. Now, another thing that I was not told for my dealer, there is a specific kind of coolant that Toyota requires. It is going to be a pink coolant. It's called, I think it's called Toyota Super Long Pink Coolant. So keep that in mind if you are going to go to a independent dealer. I recommend just trying to do your coolant yourself, so you can get the specific coolant, or if you want to give a mechanic the coolant that you want to use, you can go ahead and do that and they'll use it. You don't really want to be topped off with an orange or other color coolant because it adds all these chemicals. It's not meant for Toyota. Toyota has a specific pink coolant. If you go ahead in your Toyota right now, and if you have a new Toyota, it's going to be a pink coolant, trust me. If you've been topped off by an independent mechanic, you're probably gonna have another color. That's okay. It's not gonna like destroy your car, but from now on, go ahead and start using that pink coolant. Now, another thing that dealers won't tell you is that the extended warranties are negotiable. Now, these extended warranties that they try to give you are crazy markups, so they have the wiggle room to negotiate. And even if you negotiate, the chances are they're still going to make profit off of you because of how high these markups are. So don't be scared to try and negotiate your extended warranty. If you decide to do an extended warranty, you're not gonna lose out, you're not gonna miss out. They are going to comply because they're still going to make some money off of you. So go ahead and negotiate as much as possible. AI will help you out with that. I can help you out with that. But yeah, another thing that they won't tell you is when they add these prepping fees, when they prep your car whenever you buy it, these are all just fake fees. Now, I personally didn't have a fee like this. I was kind of very strict on my dealer. I ordered this car before it was even built, and I told them, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. They made it happen for me. I told them, no dealer sticker on my car. I will not have any stickers on my car. You can give me a dealer plate. They, complied. I told them no dealer prepping fees. The manufacturer that builds these cars prep the car before they're even allowed to leave their facility. A dealer that says prep fee, that they're prepping or inspecting the car before they sell it to you and adding $500 to your bill, that is all fake. You are allowed to say, I don't want that fee, take that fee completely off. There's no negotiation. They will, chances are, take that fee off completely. I don't know what this guy is doing. He's like losing his mind or something. Jesus, like what are we doing right now? Now, the last thing, since I am at Wawa about to get some good eats because I'm just yapping so much, the maintenance schedule on your manual, because there's a book that'll tell you like what you need at certain maintenance, is not what keeps your car at 300,000 miles plus. It's what keeps your car legal. That is the minimum requirement allowed to keep your car legal and follow whatever rules that the car manufacturer has. So it does not say this makes your car last over 300,000 miles. It says this car gives you, I mean, at least 100,000. It is a Toyota at the end of the day, so it is going to last longer, and parts are cheap and maintenance is cheap. But if you truly want to get in and have your car last forever, you don't need to follow the exact rubric and the exact manual when it comes to scheduling. So yes, keep that book in mind, but kind of double the frequency, at least for the oil changes when it comes to that, and obviously the transmission fluid, because that is not lifetime fluid. That concludes this video. If I missed out on any information, if you guys have your own topics that you guys want me to talk about in my next video, go ahead and comment down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good one. I'm about to hop in this wall. I'm about to actually park in a parking spot and get in here and just chomp.